Hi everybody, welcome to today's YouTube video. Last time you guys saw me, we were talking about things I learned in 2023 and how I feel after being on YouTube for a few months. So anyway, in today's video, we're gonna build off of that and I'm gonna be doing my 2023 vision board. It is kind of later in January, but because I was out of town for a while at the start of the year, I kind of had a late start. But doesn't matter. It's never too late to do a vision board. You don't have to do one in January, by the way. Like if you see this months and months later, or if you get the idea from someone else or just from your own brain and like whatever to do it in April, March, May, June, whatever, just do it whenever. It's still going to work out for you. It doesn't have to be the start of the year to like make a vision board that you feel like is going to be successful for you. So just wanted to know that really quickly before we get started. But yeah, that is the topic of today's video. So let's just jump right into it. So just to kind of like introduce everything, I actually tried to do a vision board last year for 2022, but like whenever I tried to make it, I was having a really hard time like putting things together and like figuring out what exactly I wanted to like include on my vision board. And looking back on it, it wasn't even like surprising at all that I was struggling, because whenever I decided that I wanted things to be different and I wanted to change my life and just embark on a whole new journey, like it was pretty early on in the year. And so like at that point, I had no idea what I wanted my life to look like. I had no idea like where it was supposed to go, what steps I was supposed to take. So like how am I supposed to like make a vision board and figure out what I want my life to look like when I'm still in just the very early stages of figuring things out. But now that I've had my YouTube for a few months and, you know, after going through the last year and just like experiencing life in a totally different way than I really anticipated, and kind of having been able to figure out what direction I want things to go in and what I did want my life to look like versus what I didn't want my life to look like, I think that today I actually will be able to go ahead and really make a vision board that's going to work for me. It's going to suit me, and it's just going to help me like stay on track and keep my goals in mind throughout the rest of the year. So for what we're going to be doing today, I've actually decided to, instead of making a like physical vision board or something that I could like print out pictures and like put it up somewhere in my house, I'm going to be doing a digital one instead. And so my goal is going to be to have it on my cell phone, my iPad, and my desktop background, just because those are things that like I'm using and looking at every single day. And so I feel like because it's such a daily part of my life to like open up those things and just be on those different like interfaces, like that's going to have the most impact for me in terms of, you know, keeping myself on track, like I said, and really like visualizing where I want my life to go, and just like a constant reminder every single day, no matter like what medium I'm on, of like what I'm working for and what I'm striving towards. So my approach for the vision board was to kind of just like honestly let things speak to me. And by things I mean like the pictures. I went on Pinterest and I just kind of like went through, and like I had obviously like a couple quick hits, quick notes of what I wanted to include on my vision board and what I wanted to be like different for me this year in my life. And so like I just kept certain subjects or words in mind. So I just went in Pinterest and I just like started Googling some like words, or like searching some words that like worked together with those images. So the purpose of me finding all the images that I wanted on Pinterest and putting them into like a Pinterest board there was to kind of like collect them over time, because I didn't find them all in one sitting. But it was also to see them all in one place to really make sure that like they went together and it was cohesive and everything. And once I kind of decided that I was okay with the pictures that I had found and I didn't want to continue adding anymore, I noticed that I really like the whole like Pinterest vision board look. So because of that, the vision board template that I'm going to be using is just a Pinterest template that I found on Canva. And so this is what it looks like, just blank with nothing in it. And what I'm going to do now that I have this template is just go ahead and upload all my photos into Canva that I found for my vision board options. And so from here, you'll just be able to like drag and drop them into whatever order you want, whatever layout looks good and feels good, and just kind of play around with it a little bit until I figure out, you know, that this is the exact setup that I want for my personal board. So as I'm sitting here putting this vision board together, I just want to share with you guys like what I see when I look at these images and what I'm hoping to like get out of these pictures and have all of this translate into my life in 2023. So, like I mentioned earlier, I definitely want to like evoke peacefulness and simplicity in my life. I don't want anything cluttered. And so, like, part of that is the neutral tones that you see in these images and like the green colors. So, I know that neutrals are super in right now and people like them in general, but like, to me, whenever I see these tones, they just really evoke such a feeling of like relaxation. And so that's one of the reasons that I went for like this color palette. As far as the green goes, the office space that I'm working out of in my home is green. And so I don't really know if we can paint it or not. But regardless, I think I'm just gonna leave it green. And so like I wanted to add that green in there to like make it feel like actually representative of my space. So not just images that are like where I want to be, but just kind of like bring a part of my actual life into it as well. And because of that, you can see that like I put in images of like a home office setup because that's one of my goals for this year, to really like curate my office space to make it an area that like is really productive for me. One of my other goals for this year was to go to more dance classes and get better at dance. So that's why you see this picture of a girl like in a big old classroom with a bunch of mirrors. So it's just a typical like dance classroom. I also have a few images of just food and healthy eating, but like I specifically picked pictures that like look delicious, because if there's one thing about me, I don't want to sacrifice enjoying my food just to like lose weight or like be healthy or whatever. Like if I'm going on a diet for a little bit, like that's one thing, but overall I want to build healthy eating as like a sustainable like lifelong thing while I'm still enjoying the foods that like I like. I also included pictures of just like random travel destinations because last year traveling is something I didn't really get to do a lot of. Like I said, the year went kind of haywire for me. And so because of that, I wasn't able to really go out and like do anything. I did go on a trip early 2022 for my friend's 30th birthday to Jamaica, and that was just like amazing and incredible. So I really want to make it a goal this year to travel, even if it's just locally here in the States, but just to like get out of my city and like go see places instead of just being stuck where I'm at all the time. And then obviously you can see that I added some photos of just like cameras and stuff, because my biggest goal of this year is to just keep my YouTube channel going, grow my YouTube channel, get better at it, and just continue on this journey that I started last year. So far, I'm really enjoying it. And so I'm hoping that like that translates, and that by seeing this picture every day of like what I'm working for in terms of like the YouTube goals with the camera, it just keeps pushing me even on those days where I feel like I maybe don't have it in me. And then finally, I just added a few pictures of like some words that I wanted to keep in mind for the year. One of my big goals for 2023 is just being debt free. I have student loans that I'm trying to pay off and have been trying to pay off. So that's why I have this one picture that says debt free. I really want to like make a big dent or clear those out entirely if I can. And then other than that, I just have a picture talking about taking more action. I feel like a lot of the times I hold myself back from things out of fear, nervousness, doubt, whatever. And so the big goal for this year in terms of like in anything that I do is to just take action and not just like wait for things to happen or keep telling myself that they'll happen later on. And then finally, besides the green aspect of like my actual home office and, you know, the green going well with the neutral color palette, I specifically added green to my vision board because green is the color of money. And like, if you're not trying to make more money every year, like you're lying. You're lying because we all are. We all want to make more money. We want to be successful. And like typically like success is equated or comes with more funds and more money or whatever. But regardless, more money, less problems. I don't care what the songs say. Like money makes life easier. So yeah, I'm definitely adding green in there, not just for the home office, but you know, success and just like increasing like streams of income, revenue, whatever you want to call it, but just progressing forward in that sense, especially like I said, since I have those student loans to take care of. All right, so now that I have all these pictures into the template, I have to say that I'm super happy with it. I really think this is going to help like set the tone for the year for me and just like keep me on my toes, and just even in those moments when I'm not thinking about the goals or what I'm striving for, like it's just going to be like there it is in my face all over again. And so with this being the first year that I'm making a vision board, I'm super excited. I'm super hopeful. I feel like this is really going to make a difference in my life. And I'm just excited to, at the end of the year, reflect with you guys, maybe make a YouTube video about it on the things I included in my vision board and how the year kind of panned out for me. So if you like this video, definitely let me know in the comments below, subscribe, like the video, and just, if you end up making this vision board as well, like I hope that it turns out being everything that you guys want it to be, and that it works for you, and that you really take advantage of 2023 and make it your year. As always, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.